Kan ook. Namelijk een heel leuk film. Het is namelijk, zoals jullie kunnen zien, is het, ik weet niet of jullie het kennen, ik denk het niet. Namelijk, het is King's Quest, zo heet het spel.
I had not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look. It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either. Two odd contraptions guarded the lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Ja. Sorry als ik een beetje stil ben.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind. Nestled beneath a slumbering pile of teeth and claws was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward sent me, the greatest knight in all of Daventry, on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic, hulking beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to... My way
to add a shinier hat to my collection.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap. Then I used my cleverness to hide.
Einfach.
Luckily, that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers. I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
What did you use to fix the broken...
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall. After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I'd probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
Taai toevallig.
Whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
Eén kijker. Stop, bro. You dead, bro. En hij is er.
The mirror called out to me. A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive. With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become. In that split second, I had 3 choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Kan op de bel schieten, dan denk je dat hij heeft krijgt. Kan daarop schieten, dan gaat hij weg, maar kan hem ook binnen.
Shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there is so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Where can I learn to shoot like that?
A good mentor and practice. This wasn't the first time I went eye to eye with that hideous beast, and while that shot was certainly in self-defense, that arrow was a bit vengeful, I'm afraid, but let's continue that story in the daytime. It's about to get a tad more scary.
Dragons don't scare me, even those with all their eyes. If I ever come across that dragon, I'll finish him off for you. And I'll be known throughout Daventry as Gwendolyn the Brave.
That's quite a bold plan. One that requires a steadfast gut and a deft hand.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Well, hello, cousin. I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could, and I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast he went eye to eye with. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before, or if he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
Come in, Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of... thinking of the problem in a different way, and finding a clever distraction to create a moment of victory. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story, one I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I'd seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Well, Triumph, this looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
Eén kijker, joh. Laat weten in de chat hoe je kijkt.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcomed the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization. I could have sworn the parade of hopeful knights was scheduled for the next day. I should have been with them, marching with triumph. It seemed my first few minutes in Daventry were off to a terrible start.
So, how did you catch
Maar
up with
weet in
them?
de chat wie kijkt. Is leuk.
Strange tracks blazed a trail through the forest. I wondered what those birds needed a toolbox for. Shame. The only tool left seemed to be a small hatchet. And no, Gwendolyn, before you start asking me thousands of questions about that hatchet, I did not go around using it on everything.
Stand back, you dirty thieves! Wah! Oh, it's just a boy. Don't know where he's from, but it must be hard to pronounce. You know, you should never sneak up on a guy in a dangerous place like... No! What's wrong with your foot? Probably stepped on a spiniferous thornweed. Don't worry, I got just the fix for that. Tell me, is it more of a... Ow! Or a... Oh! Either way, the Merchant of Miracles has got you covered. But it'll cost you. I've risked my neck to forage the most rare, miraculous, mysterious, and oftentimes delicious ingredients. Ah, here it is. I massage this into my skin twice a day, and just look at my little biscuits. Well, now that I've mulled it over, you'd better not. It might stunt your growth. Ooh, such exquisite material.
Hey.
I knew you weren't from around here. Well, you best get going. Nobody likes a late night. Oh, wait! You're stuck here with me. Every bridge in is out, and my shortcut had a few shortcomings. I swear that rock leaped straight out of the water. Now I'm stuck here with no wheel, a lost toolbox, and Mr. Fancy Cakes. Say, I'll bet a fine, strapping young man like you could help me fix up this wheel. Yup, you help me fix my chariot, and I'll give you a lift to the tournament. Hopefully no one else notices your horrible lack of punctuality. Oh, how rude. Do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Find me a wheel, boy. Anything big and round should do the trick.
That missing wheel had me stumped. I had to go out on a limb to get past the root of the problem.
Ugh. Grandpa, your infamous puns are not my favorite.
What's the matter? You don't like the timbre of my voice? You'll warm up to the puns.
These are terrible.
Die ogen, dat zijn wolvenmensen. Dus dan.
The town square was eerily quiet. Was I the only person in Daventry not at the parade? A bakery, and it smelled delicious. Ah, I didn't see any reason why that stale bread wouldn't work for a wheel. Ah,
Schrok me
a
dood.
shortcut.
I'm toevallig.
Do I really have to hear the story about how you took forever to tiptoe across that fallen tree again?
No, I guess not.
You still haven't found that replacement wheel? Hey, I'm not the one that's late for that tournament, you know.
I thought this might do the trick.
Lovely choice, boy. And thank the Yarblesnoofs, this bread is beyond stale. Hopefully you didn't pay too much. You have a face that just screams overcharged. I've got just a fix for that, too. But we have important tournament business to tend to, and I think this'll do the trick. Ooh, I'll just need to start locking my unicorns up at night. Mr. Fancy Cakes has a nibbling problem. All right, off we go. Oh, wait, before my mind slips, I was able to procure an entrance ticket to the tournament. Since you so graciously found me a wheel, I am more than willing to sell it to you at a reasonably discounted rate. Are you interested?
Oh, sounds good. I love a deal.
So do I, boy, so do I. If I see one, I'll let you know. Here you are. Now, let's Vamanusi from this meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time. Mr. Fancy Cakes! Ah, heel! Halt! Avast! Stop! We sincerely hope you enjoyed your stay in our luxury cabin. Please gather your belongings and watch your head on exit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
No time to lounge, my boy! Lucky for you, the parade is halted. Another case of a mysterious missing bridge, I imagine. Watch your step. We wouldn't want any tears in that illustrious cape. Bon voyage, Buttercup! Don't forget about us working folk, especially when your pockets are full of riches.
Back away. Back. Hello. Apologies, I'm late. I should be on the list. First name Graham, last name...
The list, unfortunately, is inside the theater, which is across that bridge, which is inexplicably missing.
We've ordered a temporary fix, but we're still sorting out the work order.
Well, with all the recent budget issues, I remain skeptical about the repairs.
Well, can't those knights check the list?
Do you mean Kyle and Larry? They're off duty. Don't ask.
You needn't worry. These night hopefuls will figure out a solution soon, and then we can carry on with the auditions.
Well, but I am a hopeful knight. If you just step aside, I'm confident that I could find a way across.
Daventry Decree 6645 states that a royal guard once commanded must never, under no circumstances, abandon his post while on duty.
Well, technically, Addendum 237A allows us to leave if someone is in distress and in need of assistance, of a life or death nature.
I stand corrected, and we wouldn't want a repeat of the Rubenstern fiasco. A tardy auditionee, however, hardly counts for distress. Sorry, but we can't leave our post. King's orders.
Oké, mensen, duidelijk.
Come at me, bees!
Sorry mensen, hij was vastgelopen.
Come at me, bees!
Stay off those rocks. It's dangerous. Distress!
Abandon post!
Learn how to swim, boy.
Thanks for saving me.
You're welcome, lad.
He was talking to me.
I believe he was talking.
This tired argument is getting on my nerves.
No need to argue about the fact that I am... Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Not good.
Hij kan niet schieten en zwemmen, mensen, dus...
Over here, buddy.
Me. All right. Out, out, oh, oh, out, don't, outie, out, don't, bugger. No, no, down.
I left the hatchet lodged in the tree because I would not need it any more.
Are you sure?
Quite sure. Everyone always asks about that hatchet. It gets a tad annoying.
Huh?
Don't, outie, out, don't, bugger.
Twee kijkers. Sup, bro?
Hang on a sec. Graham, right?
Yes. How did you know my
Laat weten in
name?
de chat
Well,
wie
you'd
de
be
kijkt.
surprised at the information people give out when they're too busy thinking about their own agenda. I also observed that without you, no one could have made it
Iedereen
across.
kijken.
Well done, Graham.
Thanks, I guess.
Time, toevallig.
Those who use their minds over their biceps are
Ik ben
never
live, hè,
woven
maar ik
into the
speel nu ook
tapestries of
een keer in
time.
de
I
livestream.
can tell you're
King's
like me,
Quest.
a creative thinker, an intellectual.
Maar ik moet
To win
opnieuw
this
beginnen bij mijn
competition, you'll
moeder.
need to
Maar
prove that
ik,
your
wat was
talents
bakker ook
are
alweer?
more
Want ik heb voor
powerful
bakker
than their
gekozen nu.
strength,
Ik vond het leuk.
agility, and speed.
Bakkerij.
You'll also need a friend.
I could really use a friend.
They call me
Kompas.
Manny.
Ja,
Pleased
ik ben
to
al
meet
nu
you.
al bij die ridder ding.
So,
Ik heb alles nog onthouden.
friend, what's your favorite color? Do you like popcorn flavored
Nee,
jelly
die
beans?
was ik
Because I do.
allemaal
What's your
vergeten. Ik had
availability
wel
for
eentje,
sleepovers?
volgens
Are we
mij.
in a secret club?
Green. I prefer pizza flavored. I'm free on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And
Maar
I
fuck
would
die
say
trofeeën, man. Dat
more
duurt
of
ook
a
te lang.
secret
En ik ben aan het livestreamen en dan komt er linksboven zo'n
Alliance?
zwart vlekje.
This competition will not be easy, and Daventry needs men like us. If we put our heads together, we might have a shot.
What's the
Dat
plan?
is veel
If
te
you
laat.
win, put a good word in for me with the king. And if I win, I'll do the same. Soon, we'll both be moving up the ranks in the castle together. We should head inside the theater, though.
Waar ben jij nu dan? Ik ben nu omhoog aan het klimmen waar ik dan zeg maar kan inschrijven of zo. Nee. Jij wel? Heb jij wel? Ik ook al. Maar die had ik wel weer voor zijn ogen geschoten hoor. Dat wil ik wel weer doen.
Now that we have recovered our list,
vind het
it is
leuk
my
om een
duty to
blind te
inform
maken.
you that you are officially signed in. Yay. And I do want to apologize. I am very, very terribly sorry. But we've run out of commemorative tote bags.
That's not a problem. I have no use for tote bags. My mother designed my cape with lots of pockets. Is the next event about to start?
Not so fast, Pocket Boy. The tournament
de
bylaws
draak.
explicitly
Oh, ben je
state
daar?
that each contestant must complete every event before continuing on in the competition. Since you were late, you missed the test of chivalry and the welcoming parade. Both designed as light-hearted warm-ups.
Hé, maar wat ik nou een vraag aan jou heb. Waar kan ik dat ook weer doen? Ondertiteling. Oh hier, ja. Oké, dankjewel.
To know you type exercises.
Doe hem dan even
You
open.
know, an icebreaker before we start in on the usual death, destruction, and duels
Ja,
of a
en dat moet
cutthroat
je niet
nature.
doen in de live.
Don't forget about Amendment 70, Article 4.
I was getting to that, thank you. In the spirit of equal opportunity, the new rules state that you can schedule a make-up chivalry
ja.
test if and only if the circumstances for your absence were
gedaan, ja.
extenuating. So, I will ask, what were your extenuating circumstances that made you late for the
Nee,
tournament?
ze horen je niet.
Ja, ik heb hem nu wel aanstaan. Dus ik denk dat ik ook bij die andere Fortnite's nooit
Waarom
gehoord
ben ik
heb.
laat voor de tournament? Ik wist niet dat het deze was.
Don't know what the term extenuating means.
Ik ben alleen die andere chats is ook niet te horen, dat scheelt wel gelukkig.
Wat betekent dim-witted?
Go on, mingle with the other
Dom.
contestants. Find out as
Ja,
much
dat
as
heb
you
ik
can
gedaan.
about them, and when you're ready for the chivalry test,
Horen
come
ze
and
nu
see
wel?
me.
Ja, nu hoor ze me.
Ja. Weet je wat ik nu ga doen?
Naga naga.
Ik ga nu met Achaka
My
praten.
name's Graham. Nice to meet you.
Ik ben net al 45 minuten aan het livestreamen.
Ja, die hele draak al
Wanna
gehad
partner
natuurlijk
up?
nu.
Show Daventry
Ja,
the
die heb ik
power
ook
of dueling
geluisterd.
archers? What do you say?
Achaka.
Yeah, you're right.
Alleen je bent
You'd
vergeten
probably
dus
just
tegen zijn
slow me
neus
down.
aan te trappen en in bed te slaan een paar keer.
Where do you hail from?
Achaka.
I see. Sounds exotic.
Alleen ik vind die Achaka wel soms echt stom.
So,
Want hij
what
zegt
type
alleen
of
maar
arrows
Achaka.
do you fly with?
Achaka.
Nice,
Maar,
nice. I prefer the hand-whittled sapling
Noah
arrows myself.
doet dit spel ook. Die heeft die gelivestreamd. Hij
But
snapt er
yeah,
geen zak van, hè.
I'm gonna
Hij
get
ging al
back
meteen
to
die
the chivalry
vragen doen.
test.
Zij werd echt fucking vaak uitgegooid.
Wat? Huh?
Swimpy.
Wat?
Hij ging al meteen die vragen doen.
Oh ja, je moet wel eens praten.
Ja.
Kijk hoor, ik heb... zal ik de trofee erbij pakken.
Oh, hey Graham. We were just sharing some tips about the tournament. Let me know if you want the rundown about any of our competitors.
What can you tell me about?
Oh, heb je die geit die geheime grot gepakt? Heb je achter die geit die geheime grot gepakt?
Oh nee, kut, die ben ik ook vergeten.
En 4 keer met die bijl op die geit dat ze opeten?
Ook niet.
Ah, nou, dat is niet handig. Nee, goed, dat kind allemaal op de handen. Heb je over het water gelopen?
Volgens mij wel.
Die wel?
What can you tell me about
Die weet ik wel nog.
sirloin of roast
Ik weet niet zeker of ik dat heb gedaan,
I can
maar
tell
ik
you
denk
that
het
sounds
wel.
like a phony name. Who's giving you this false information? Did you just make that up? Go and introduce yourself.
Ja, dan moet je
to
nog in
everyone.
bed liggen daar.
Maar ik wil er gewoon snel doorheen, hè.
Ja, snel door mij. Het is leuk om die trofee te halen. Weet je waar die staan in de PlayStation?
You got me doing it now.
Oké.
He's
Je kan
fast,
compare
strong,
trophies
and
doen.
vicious with his bow. I'm trying to convince him to join our
Trofee
alliance.
boeit me echt nog geen kant.
Jawel, als je nu compare, dan kan ik precies zien wat jij hebt gedaan.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye.
Oh, je hebt er nog best wel wat hoor.
The treasure that was within.
Hey there.
Oh, je hebt ze al gehaald omdat ze op je account gehaald zijn door
Oh
mij.
ja, dat is waar.
Ja.
I didn't catch your name.
Je moet alleen nog die kikker.
Is this true? Yes, Greg.
En de rest heb je al.
What rock did you crawl out from?
Oh, met FIFA heb je veel meer trofeeën. Grand Stout heb ik er meer.
Every woman's dream.
You got that right. The ladies love,
Red Dead Redemption moet
love,
ook eens
love.
meer. Assassin's Creed.
Kijk,
Ja,
dat
die
moet
staat
ik ook
er.
eigenlijk even weer luisteren.
Assassin's Creed en Minecraft die moet ik even uit de opslagbox zoeken.
Yes, your name. You are.
Oh, het Sleeping Dogs, dat was ook wel een leuke.
Oh ja.
Die Chinees toen.
That jerk who pushed me into
Final
the
Fantasy
river.
7, die PlayStation 3. What?
Feather does look
FIFA 16, PlayStation 3. Moet je kijken man, dat is al lang geleden die spellen. Gran Turismo 5. GTA 4, moet die trofee, moet die dingen ook weer gaan halen.
Is an upgrade. Like my main of excellence.
Final Fantasy.
My mother gave me
8.
that feather. I might be silly, but you're Sir 10 of himself.
2016 heb ik het voor de? Nee.
But now you're starting to bother.
Heb ik Final Fantasy 8
I couldn't
voor het laatst in 2016 gespeeld?
Seriously, you're going to have to wait 1 second. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting right here, Garrett.
Travel to the world below, seeking a better fate. Ik schijn het op 7 april, 7 juni, sorry, 2016 te 6 juli 2016 te hebben gespeeld, maar ik heb het niet meer herinnerd.
Really? You gave me the opportunity to go on a lovely cruise.
Those nights were annoying me and I wanted some alone time.
Final Fantasy 8, maar 2016. Dat is 4 jaar terug, toen had ik nog gewoon PlayStation 4 al.
I don't want to be in this conversation any more than you do, but I missed the chivalry test, and I need to make it up. The faster we get this over with, the faster I can leave you alone.
Well, make it quick.
Ja, hier, 2013. Had ik Grand Theft Auto 5 voor de PlayStation 4.
I'm Graham.
Ja, dan zal ik hem waarschijnlijk een keer aangehad hebben in 2016.
I don't even want your first name.
And your name?
I'm known throughout the land as Circumference, but I am currently in the process of rebranding myself.
Maar ik kan me niet herinneren dat ik het gespeeld heb hoor.
You should call me Acorn.
What was your name again, Sir Fatso?
It's Acorn. Get it right or pay the price.
What was that you were hiding in your paws?
Well, none of your business, feather boy.
I'll leave you be.
Go away.
The treasure that was within.
Yes, Graham? You want some dirt on someone?
What can you tell me about Acorn?
I can tell you not to mess with those bull horns in any strength competition. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I heard a rumor that the man keeps a pet squirrel under his belly. What kind of a weirdo does that? Imagine what else he's hiding under there. Neither of us is going to be able to match his strength. If we're going to oust him, we'll need to work together and expose his secrets.
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Goodbye!
You see this one, little Vanderwan? What do you want?
I, heard what you're hiding.
No, you didn't, skinny pants.
I did. I heard a rumor that a tiny squirrel pet lives under your belly.
What? Who told you that? I bet it was Whisper. He's the worst. His ego is the one thing I can't stomach. And she, well, she's not my pet. She's my friend.
Does your squirrel friend have a name?
I wish Whisper would keep his big mouth shut. Her name is Princess Madeline of Avalon. She's a proper lady.
What else is hidden in that belly?
The bones of a feather boy if you don't leave me alone.
I think you're hiding something else in there, but I'm not sure I want to find out. I'll leave you be.
You need to get lost.
Ivory monster unveiled itself.
Ik moet nu Chaka, zeg maar, die is vermist en die moet ik nu gaan halen, weet je wel.
Whisper's full name
Ik heb nu
is
Whispers
Sir
naam
Walter
gezegd.
Harris Ignatius Sally
Oh, ja.
Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the third, hailing from Modesto. But I'm sure a fan like you knew that. Would you like an autograph?
Nee, als je niet met ze praat, dan...
Well,
Kom je nergens, dan noem je hem nog steeds Sir ten himself.
Ja, dan kom je ten of hemzelf. Ja, dan kom je ook niet door die vragenlijst heen of Noah dat gelijk doet.
Maar
Waarom
nou,
blijft hij op de leren?
hij heeft het wel gehad. Maar hij deed er echt 6-7 keer over of zo.
Welk pad kiest hij?
Hij wordt hetzelfde als mij die ik bij jou heb. Maar hij had eerst de bakker gekozen. Toen zei ik, die heb ik niet. Toen zei hij, welke heb jij dan? Toen zei ik, nee, dat is niet leuk. Ga gewoon een andere weg. Toen zei nee, ik wil hetzelfde als jij. Toen heb ik hem maar gezegd.
Ja, I get it. Good day, Whisper.
Nee, maar hij doet hetzelfde als ik een beetje. Het had hetzelfde pad op kunnen.
Yes,
maar
Graham?
ik zit een andere pad hier. Ik zit hetzelfde als jij.
What can you tell me about Whisper?
Whisper? Huh, his feet might fly by without a sound, but his mouth never will. A shining star in his hometown, he hopes to rebuild his fan base in Daventry. I've heard he'll do anything for the spotlight and can never be outshined. People that arrogant are usually primed for a fall. Don't you think so?
I'm good. Thanks, Manny.
Michael komt ook over 3 minuten, zegt hij. Michael komt ook over 3 minuten, zegt hij.
Are you ready for the chivalry test?
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who is the only knight competing in the tournament that speaks multiple languages?
Manny. We're friends, you know. We have kind of an alliance. Next question.
All right. Next question. This knight hopeful hails from a land far outside.
Ik ga in de mist bij die draak met dat stappen, weet je wel.
Favored to win the competition.
Ik ben al 2 keer ingevallen.
A chaka.
Okay.
Dat die rots naar beneden gaan.
What is the full name of the fastest contestant in the competition?
Sir Walter Harris Ignatius Sally Percival Eduardo Ramon Jr. the third of Modesto.
Nee, ik heb hem goed
gedaan.
Want Achaka was toch degene die het meest geliefd was om deze toernooi te winnen? Ja, zie je? Dat weet ik nog wel goed. En
Prinses Madeline of Avalon. She sounds quite charming.
Die laatste was prinses nog iets.
Ja. Avalon Avalon of zo, weet ik wel.
It looks like you
Potsdam
got
springt weer
all
verkeerd.
the answers correct.
Ik heb alles goed.
Great job, Pockets. Now, we shouldn't keep your new friends waiting, should we? Let's start the show.
Welcome, everybody. You are all here to win a knight position on King Edward's court. But that's not all. As you all know, tragically, the king has no heirs. So, this position could very well lead to the crown of Daventry itself. Now, let's officially commence the competition part of the tournament. I do hope you've all made friends, because it's about to get nasty. The time has come to collect your entrance tickets.
Oh, over here! Over here, I got mine right here!
I'm sorry, I really am,
No,
but that is not an
man.
entrance ticket. In fact, from up here, it looks
Nee, ik
like
heb mezelf
a
gewoon laten
sweaty piece
oplichten.
of
Wacht
cloth.
Ik heb nou 4 keer er doorheen
Just a
gelopen.
snot rag. Each night hopeful will need to bring back to the theatre, dum-dum-dum-dum, one eye of a hideous beast. And, due to Proclamation 1748.2,
Heb je je
it
laten
will
oplichten met die
actually
kaartjes
need
of
to
niet?
be a hideous beast. Not like last year.
Huh?
No adorably cute, fuzzy or tiny creature eyes will be accepted. Thank you.
Aiden.
Nothing to see here.
There are many hideous eyes to find in Daventry. We urge you to take this
Aiden.
opportunity to show us your skills. We want to know what's in your heart, how you think, and
Ja, ik
how
was
you
even aan het bellen met
react in
Michael,
the
sorry.
face of danger. You might not believe all
Ik heb gewoon meteen gekocht, scheid.
But we will still judge you all the same.
Wat vraagt hij er
Now,
dan voor?
everyone, go forth
1 coin
and
voor
claim
hem.
thine eyes.
Ja? Oké.
Whisper!
Ik ben nu dat ik zie Whisper.
Whisper can do it.
Ik ga nu naar die vrouw praten, zeg maar. Die blacksmith.
Dus als je gelijk koopt, kost je 1 goudmunt. 2.
Ja.
Je had hij er dan ook nog 1.
Nee, 1. Hij had niet. Anders kost het 2, hè, als je langer over doet.
Watch your
Dan
step,
heb
kid.
Dat vind ik raar.
Thanks.
I know it ain't fancy, but it'll have to work for now. Amaya Blackstone, nice to meet you.
Graham, the pleasure's mine. It's nice to see all these bridges.
Wat hoor ik?
Wat?
Ik hoor dat, ja. Is dat een kat of zo?
Are getting fixed.
All these bridges? No, kid. This contract is over.
Was dat de kat die ik
Daventry
hoorde?
can't afford me anymore.
Ah,
They
zal
can't
ik
even
die ook
afford
horen.
oil for the crumbler over there. My own invention, of course.
Oh, what does a crumbler do?
It lifts, it chops, it crumbles. Most importantly, it brings in the monies, which are desperately needed. Been kind of rough around here lately.
Zo'n leuk leerzaam spelletje.
Way. Daventry's been an interesting experience.
Als het goed is, moet je die bakker op kunnen lossen, want je weet al waar je de ingrediënten van die taart kan krijgen.
Ja, maar ik ga niet
Het enige is dat je dan die bakker een gouden munt moet geven. Je weet ook al wie je die taart moet geven, dus dat komt goed.
And so far,
Wat ik zeg, ik
different
ga
from
niet
what I
alles
read in
in
my
één
travel
keer doen.
books. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's for me.
Don't worry, kid. It's not you.
Hoezo niet?
This kingdom's been going downhill
Ik heb
ever
er geen
since the
zin
queen
in.
died.
Plus die stream duurt al
And now,
4
with the
uur.
bridges
Nou
out,
ja,
Ik
dat
ga
is toch
dadelijk
no one
met
can get into
Fortnite
Daventry.
streamen met Michael.
It's really quiet. I hate the
Leuk die
silence.
stream, dat is al lang duurt.
I'm a
En
woman of
mensen
action,
de
you can
hele...
tell. Quiet
Het
towns
is wel leuk
don't
dat die
pay
mensen
the
gelijk het hele spel
I
kunnen
can
kijken.
see that.
Well, I should get going. Perhaps someone's
Ja,
wandered
maar
into my
dat
shop.
moet in delen,
If you make
gast.
it there,
Anders
come
duurt
say
het
hi.
fucking
I'm on
lang.
the left.
Spoel is toch? Dan heb je wel gelijk een mooie walkthrough voor ze.
Oh, nou, leuk.
Waar begin ik hier nou? Een raar punt. Oké.
Waar ben je?
Nee, wel bij die draken, maar klopt wel.
Ik ben nu aan het kijken naar die keep out
Under
shit.
construction.
Keep out?
Naar die borden. Ik ben nu weg aan het gaan. Dan gaan we
Oh,
lopen. Tenminste, ik ga eerst even deze lezen.
Caution, bees and distress.
So, how did you find an eye?
Was a hideous beast lurking inside.
Ouch! Rude!
Rude.
Kut.
The announcement board was covered until round 2 of the tournament.
Een uurtje ben ik al bezig. Maar ik ben wel een beetje vanaf begin af aan het streamen. Noah streamt dit ook, alleen hij is zeg maar al, hij is vanaf die ridders dat hij daar klaar is.
Die streamt het ook, Noah?
Ja.
No one should notice.
Door mij speelt hij dat ook.
Maar hij streamt vanaf die ridder?
Ja, hij streamt pas vanaf die ridder. Dat je daaruit komt, dat je aan het zoeken bent. Ik niet, ik doe het meteen.
Oh, vanaf dat draak heeft hij niet gestreamd?
Nee. Ik wel, maar ik moest hem eerst uitleggen hoe het moest en zo. Dus hij ging dat via SharePlay doen.
Ja, precies. Maar je moet het zelf zoeken, je moet niet uitleggen. Gewoon zelf ontdekken.
Dat zeg ik ook, maar dan zeg je elke keer help. Anders ga ik liever.
Als hij nou echt vast zit, weet je, dan kan hij altijd hulp vragen. Ik heb het spel ook redelijk uitgezocht zelf.
Ja, dat ben ik nu ook aan het doen. Nu ga ik niet naar jou luisteren.
Ik heb echt maar een paar keer dingen opgezocht.
I walked into town with my last coin. Whatever path I chose to pursue for my eye would need to be cheap. Like me, this little tree was new in town and needed some time to grow and find its way. What? Too sappy?
I have nothing to say.
You'll warm up to it.
Ga ik weer naar die bakken naar binnen.
Oh, coming. Sorry for all the locks. There's a thief running around
Oh ja,
town.
eerst moet ik nog gaan zeggen of ik het heb gestolen van hem, ja of nee.
Well, hello there. Usually I'd say good afternoon.
Mijn manier, ga Fortnite. Ja, ik ga alleen met jou Fortnite streamen.
The bridges are all out. My supplier has gone missing. And when I was at the parade, someone stole my big loaf of bread.
Ja, hij zegt someone stole my
blablabla. Seen anyone running around with a big piece of sourdough?
Ja, ik heb iets gestolen bij hem.
En dan had je die muntjes in die tipbak moeten leggen.
Ja, maar heb ik niet. Ik ga zeggen nope, ik weet niet wie dat is.
Dan houdt ze de deur op slot.
Echt?
Ja.
Dus ik had dit beter niet kunnen doen.
Ja, nu moet je iedere keer kloppen.
How can I help?
Als je binnen wil.
Got any free samples?
Oh, today only. I'm letting people sample our new walnut strudel. However, I ran out of bitterroot.
Gaan we squats. Dikke boy squats.
But it really brings out the nutty flavor of the strudel. It usually grows under big, heavy rocks.
Ja, jij nog even door.
Oh, speel ik nog even? Ja, oké. Ja, doe ik ook maar.
Doe Michael vragen. Ja, is goed. Daarna ga ik wel doen. Doe tot je dat ook hebt laten zien.
Beast's eye cake I smell cooking, is it?
Looking for an eye, are you?
Ja.
Well, it must be that time of year again.
Michael zegt ik kom.
Frankly, I can't tolerate it.
Party staat open volgens mij. Ja.
So much fighting and needless killing.
Speel je?
If you want to get to the heart of any problem, all you need is pie. We can't solve all of Daventry's problems with weapons and force. That's not the night I want to serve a meal to.
What was your advice again?
Think with your heart and not with your brain or your biceps. That's the night I want to see in King Edward's royal court.
What's today's special?
Oh, well, today I am baking up quite the treat. Grandma's star shroom pie. A delicacy big enough to feed an army. Or someone with the appetite of an army. I've eaten it in one sitting before.
Ben nu aan het lullen met die bakken.
No one would trust a skinny baker, now would they? Unfortunately, my ingredients haven't been delivered, and I can't complete the recipe. Until those bridges get fixed, people will just have to settle for the love in my goat hoof pie instead. Tell you what, if you can find me some starberries and sugar shrooms, you can have this monster pie for the discounted price of 1 gold coin.
So, where can I find the ingredients for that giant pie?
I'll also need 1 gold coin. But which ingredient?
The starberries.
They are yellow and tend to grow high on trees in sunny areas.
The sugar shrooms.
They are pink and only grow in cold, dark areas.
Never mind. How do I get my free sample?
Well, bring me some bitter root. It's what I need to finish my walnut strudel. It grows under big, heavy rocks.
Where can I find the ingredients? Dat heb ik al gedaan.
Good day.
Goed.
Have a sweet time.
Nou, dan gaan we hier maar uit, hè?
Are you ready to order?
Hey Michael.
That pumpkin
Yo, ik ga wel heel
was
even nog
housing
dit spelen hoor.
too many
Kom zo.
squirrels for my taste.
Als je even solo of zo gaat, iets in die richting.
Hey.
Ja, is goed.
Ik heb een leuke muur in elkaar. Een hele witte steden.
A new kind of horn, but the same result.
Oh, kut.
Wherever you are hiding, hideous beast, Whisper will find you.
I was too slow to catch those frogs.
Do squirrels count as hideous? Coming to the table!
Je kent toch een luchtbeeld? Dat is toch wel een rondje. En wij zitten gewoon helemaal op de lengte. Gewoon een witte, dikke, lange streep is het. En niet heel groot, 3 centimeter of zo. Een witte streep op mijn arm.
Oh. Weet je waar ik nu ben, dikke?
Nou.
Bij die troll.
Ja, dan moet je ook heen. Dan moet je die taart geven, toch?
Die taart heb ik nog niet.
Nee.
Stop even met je pa dikke te noemen.
Hoezo?
Hij is eerst tandpomper.
Nou, dat vind jij.
Hasn't anyone told you it's not polite to go
En dat je
stomping
pa
around
toch
on
vrij
people's
irritant
backs?
vindt.
Give me one good
Ja,
reason
zou die
not
mijn
to
papa moeten
gobble
niet
you
meer.
up right now.
Ja, ik ga toch niet de hele tijd poppen.
Dan ben je moeder toch ook?
Je kunt toch gewoon pa.
Ook mama.
If you let me go, I can return to you with bundles of royal food. You see, I'm training to be a knight. If you release me, I'll make sure the king rewards you for your troubles.
You're a little scrawny for a knight. A long neck and a silly feather like that? Are you sure you aren't a goose?
Yes, I am quite sure I am not a goose.
That's exactly what a goose would say. Lucky for you, Ulfie hates the taste of goose. The feathers are bad for digestion. Now, what do you want from Ulfie, Goosey?
You wouldn't happen to know where I can find an Eye of a Beast, would you?
Is it time for the tournament already? I thought that was on Tuesday. Oh, bother, my memory's failing again. Ulfie's been suffering from sleep deprivation. A very rude monster has been snarling in the bushes behind my back.
Is this monster you speak of hideous, perchance?
Snarling Snarlax is legendarily hideous. Those puny guards of Daventry would surely be impressed by his eye. It is rumored the beast has 2 purple eyes with bright blue, glowing pupils, 6 legs, 3 claws, and 1 tooth. I could let you cross and perhaps even help you with that fire-eyed monster, but since Ulfie didn't eat you, Ulfie needs a pick-me-up. This big tooth is a sweet one. If you bring me something to eat, I'll consider helping you.
Can you tell me about that Snarlax's eyes again?
The legendary flame-eyed monster back there behind me has purple eyes with glowing blue pupils.
Oh, het is zo moeilijk in mijn camera. Ik word er helemaal leuk van.
Sweet-tasting snack.
Can you share with me why all the bridges seem to be missing in Daventry?
Well, little Goosey, until further notice, the Bridge Troll Guild is officially on strike. For too long have we, the Bridges, have been stomped on by sharp-pointed shoes of the puny guards. And do they care that my back breaks out in an itchy rash from all that marching? Of course not. As Pilar says, for shame, Daventry. We're not going back to work until the kingdom can take better care of their roads. But Ulfie always shows up fashionably late, right when the croissants are served.
Ga weg. Hond. Snuipje, ga.
Happy trails.
Waddle back briskly, Goosey. Ulfie is starving.
Komen jullie ook zo?
Heb je die paddenstoelen en die sterren al? Heb je die sterren en die sugarshrooms al?
Nee, maar mensen, dit was hem. Als jullie het leuk vonden, vergeet te liken en te abonneren op mijn kanaal. Ik ga Fortnite nu streamen. Als jullie het leuk vonden, vergeet te liken en te abonneren. Heb ik al gezegd. Maar later mensen.